Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marketing Monday and Emergency Marketing Monday. I have a very special message for you, and it's about a time and a place that we find ourselves in. There's a writer that I like to read, and his name is Paulo Macro. He's an old-time trader who's been trading for a long time, and he has a concept that he discusses every now and then called Mac Stupid. It's about the times that come along in financial markets where it just feels like you can look around and spam question marks. Everybody just sort of looks around and says, wait a minute, what the hell are we doing? In 1637, the Dutch ruled the world. They were the most powerful and prosperous economy in the world. And they loved tulips. Specifically, they started to love a certain kind of tulip. The broken tulip, where it looked like they have flames on them, where the pattern would break up and look like it would spark like this. They realized these tulips were so valuable, everyone liked them, that if you bought a tulip and resold it later, you'd almost always make money. And this ship of fools continued for a whole 3 years. And it kept going up, and everyone started being happier and richer and richer and richer. And this tulip, most of all, the Viceroy tulip, was the most highly prized. Until at one point, somebody traded a single Viceroy tulip for 8 pigs, 4 oxen, 12 sheep, 24 tons of wheat, 48 tons of rye, 2 hogshead of wines, 4 barrels of beer, 2 tons of butter, 1,000 pounds of cheese, a silver drinking cup, a pack of cloves, a bed with a mattress, a bedding, and a ship. And then people looked around and said, maybe we've reached Mac Stupid. Stock traders got involved in the action. They started trading tulips. The price could only go up. The rage for tulips would last forever. But once they reached Mac Stupid, all of a sudden it collapsed. People realized all the tulips they were buying on debt didn't make any sense. And suddenly the debts came due and nobody wanted to buy the tulips for a higher price and they had to sell the tulips to pay off the debts and the crash was imminent. In 1999 was the era of the internet. Microsoft, Windows XP, the rise of the internet, the .com era. This is an era where people still read magazines. So magazines like Time were still read. Ironically, these magazines would be killed by the internet. But they reported on GetRich.com, the secrets of the new Silicon Valley. It was the millennium. All you had to do was add .com to the name of your company and you suddenly were tripling in value overnight. Pets.com blew up out of nowhere, bought Super Bowl commercials, spent hundreds of millions of dollars shipping pet food at a loss. An oil and gas company called Enron, who you may or may not have heard of, partnered up with Blockbuster Video because they thought they could start bringing streaming services to the internet. Did Enron have any idea how this stuff worked? Have they ever done anything with that before? No, they were an energy company, but they thought they could get it done. And especially, there was a guy during the dot-com bubble named Michael Saylor. This is a guy who said, I want to get on this dot-com bubble. And who's doing it best? Microsoft. So I'm gonna start a company called Microstrategy. To ride the wave. And the only problem is he commits fraud and loses $13.53 billion. After it's revealed he was cooking his books and the stock crashes. I found this article from 2001 called Confessions from a Crash, where he talks about how he didn't really cook his books. The SEC was wrong and he was gonna get back at him one day. He didn't do anything wrong and then one day he'll prove it. Mac Stupid. In 2021, Mac Stupid was obvious. We were all there for that. Gary Vee hand drew a bunch of pictures in 2 seconds, called them priceless NFTs, and started telling all his rich and famous friends to shill them. The collection of V friends, like Passionate Parrot here, was worth tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars each at its peak. This one is still worth $3,000 for a patient pig. How in the fuck? Mac Stupid. But truly Mac Stupid was obvious in 2021. It was when Paris Hilton went on Jimmy Fallon.
Last time you were on the show, I asked you to explain NFTs. Did so in a great way. Since then, Forbes has named you one of the top 50 most influential people in the NFT space. So congrats on that.
Thank
you know what you're doing.
Thank you. I'm so proud. I love being a part of this community and being a voice and sharing my platform and just getting the word out there because I think it's just such an incredible thing to be a part of.
Yeah, I jumped in.
I know, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too because I saw you on the show with people and you said you got a MoonPay, so I went and I copied you and did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
This is your
mine.
ape. Are we debuting
It's really cool. Like the hat, the shades.
Now what? How did you pick? Because you can pick your ape.
Yes, I was going through a lot of them, and I was like, I want something that like kind of reminds me of me. But this one, it does. We made like another version of it where he takes the hat off and blonde hair comes out.
Max Stupid. In hindsight, obvious. We were in Max Stupid there and prices crashed. In 2024, I look around and I don't know where to begin. But a good place to start might be the website pump.fun, which has sprung up over the past year and contains people just constantly making every second brand new crypto tokens with random names to try and pump them to other generates.
You got to. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this up. Let's get this up. Come on.
This is him shilling Merry MAGA, a Christmas-themed Trump token. A 12-year-old child scammed people for $30,000.
Wait, what? Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
You full clip.
Holy fuck! Thanks for the 20 bandos.
Yeah, he did.
Yo!
It says thanks for the 20 bandos and dips. But just to make it a little better, it's a little more Max Stupid for our time, he then made a follow-up token called Sorry, apologizing for what he did, and rug pulled that one. People bought it again! By the way, you'd think this first token that he rug pulled, this clip goes viral of him saying thanks for the 20 bandos, and everyone decides that must mean this coin is worth investing in now. So he actually lost money because they start buying in. Now that coin's worth 82 million. Is this Max Stupid? It feels like it. On Pump Fun, there's a person locking himself in a cage, pretending to be a dog until his coin hits 25 million. Can we get stupider? Or is this Max Stupid? There's a guy shitting live on camera for his coin called Shitcoin. He's not getting off the toilet until it hits 50 million. It's currently at 7 million. Is this Max Stupid? This guy's shilling on TikTok how he's gonna be a millionaire off a coin called Rismus. Rismus went to zero. But the peak of degeneracy for all of this crypto online phone gambling psychosis might have been yesterday when we had Hawk Coin from Haley Welch, famous for the Talk to a podcast and for saying she would talk to it. Spit on that thing. She put out a post explaining the hawkonomics of her well-designed, community-supported crypto. Well, turns out...
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk to it.
Spit on that thing, because the day it went live, it went from 500 million value to 60 million. Collapsed overnight. Everyone in it lost money. Only insiders sold. They generated millions in fees. It was a gigantic scam. And then when she hosted a Twitter space called The Hawk Truth to explain what was going on, and CoffeeZilla started grilling her and her whole team for what they did, about halfway through while her supportive staff was babbling trying to explain what was going on, she said this.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that there's fees that are being generated, there's an actual, like,
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
And then she deleted the space, deleted the recording. Is this Max Stupid? Community Note explains that she's been lying. You'll have to talk to a judge about this. A few days before that, remember Enron from the 1999 bubble? A billboard shows up in Texas. We're back. Can we talk?
The world is changing faster than ever. Can you feel it? Growth, transformation, rebirth. In the modern world, you must accept change is the only constant. Learn how to adapt. Forgive. We understand this better than anyone. And we're here to lead by example.
Now, if you don't know, Enron's one of the greatest accounting frauds in American history. They caused blackouts in California to drive up energy prices to make money. They hid all their expenses off book, faked to be profitable when they weren't, and their stock collapsed all in one go. And now it seems they are back as part of a parody designed to sell merch and possibly sue me. However, there are reports that the patents they filed indicate that this is also going to be a crypto token. Even though it's not the same people and it's just a trademark and it's mostly a joke, they're of course also gonna scam people with crypto, it feels like. And even if they end up not doing this, is not confirmed yet, the second they announced their comeback, 50 plus Enron tokens appeared on Pump.Fun. Is this Max Stupid? Roaring Kitty's back yesterday. for the 5 quadrillionth time, appears out of nowhere to tweet a cryptic tweet and then pump GameStop at the same time as somebody a few days before coincidentally bought a bunch of GameStop options. How many times are we gonna fall for it? By the way, 2 things happen every single time this happens. He buys here, tweets, pumps, sells. But also, AMC pumps. But AMC, their CEO plans for this. Anytime they get any type of pump, they immediately dilute. The second this happened, AMC printed 50 million new shares and dumped them on the people buying. Just to make more money for the CEO. This happens again. It's happened like 50 times now. Is this Mac stupid? Just to get my sanity back, bought out this old book. This is considered like the Bible of true, sane, smart investing. It's called The Intelligent Investor by Ben Graham. I brought it out and I've been rereading it. And I found this page called Words of Warning. And it talks about the things people say when they're trying to get you to pump into a scam. Our proprietary algorithms. Less volatility, low risk, higher return. The upside is unlimited. We have no conflicts of interest. Everyone else is doing it. We've already done all the work. I hear every single one of these about every stock all the time now. This book is in the trash. I'm tossing it away. Completely irrelevant in what looks like to be Mac Stupid 2024. The number of people that expect higher stock prices in the next 12 months has reached all-time highs. Everybody's in. The number of inflows into equities, that's stocks, in the United States, all-time highs. Everyone's in. It isn't just memes. It isn't just crypto. It's everything. It's all stocks. This is net sentiment for stocks. Never been higher. The fear and greed index is at extreme greed. Is this Mac Stupid? Probably not, because in early 2025, you can now trade 23 hours a day. It's just been approved. Is this Mac stupid? Every country in the world has stocks. America's only 25% of the global, not even that, I think less 23% of the global market cap, global economy. And yet our stocks are worth 63%. American stocks are 63% of all global market cap. The next biggest is Japan with 5.6. China, which has half of the world's manufacturing, isn't even on here. This is the United States valuations compared to Europe. It's never been this high. Is this Mac stupid? Is it that much better? Is it that much bigger? Remember Enron, which had a massive downfall, huge news investigation covered for weeks because they did accounting fraud where they hid their expenses? Macy's quietly said, yeah, we hit $154 million of expenses, but it was just one employee's fault. They blamed it on him, fired him, and moved on. We had $154 million that we pretended we didn't have in expenses, and it was just one guy. Can't be blamed. Super Microcomputer, maybe you heard about them. Super Microcomputer is one of the big beneficiaries of the AI bubble. They had a gigantic stock surge, and then very recently, their accountants, their accounting company, Ernst & Young, said, hey, we can't certify your books. We're backing away. They never do this unless your books are cooked. They backed away, and the stock tanked, okay? And then 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, Super Microcomputer said, hey, we investigated ourselves, and there was no wrongdoing. They said, no, we had an independent committee. It was just one woman who's on the board of Super Microcomputer. And they fired their CFO, their chief financial officer, and they're getting a new one. The market goes, okay, and it starts bouncing back up. The books are cooked. Is this Mac stupid? Scottie Pippen in the 90s, basketball legend, is now tweeting who would win in a 7-game series, Bulls versus AI, and his nonstop 24/7 Elon Musk glazing while posting grok images. Is this Mac stupid? There's a company called The Browser Company, where this self-righteous CEO gets into an 11-minute video where he compares himself to Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. All he's doing is adding ChatGPT to a fork of Chrome, but he's raising money. Is this Mac stupid? But the real elephant in the room, remember from the earlier in the presentation, we talked about Microstrategy back in 1999? Surely that's the last we ever hear from them, right? But instead, in 2024, notoriously fraudulent company Microstrategy is back. And it's the elephant in the room. He's got laser eyes this time. After decades of doing nothing, of the company making almost no money, floundering, all of a sudden, he found out about crypto. And now Microstrategy is the most talked about stock in the world. Do you know what this company does? They're supposedly a software company, but the software part of the business loses $432 million. A quarter. All they do is borrow money and buy Bitcoin. That's it. And the company is worth more than the Bitcoin they own. For some reason, it's like if you had $100,000, would you buy one Charizard or would you buy a third of a company that owns one Charizard? I'm simplifying, but not by much. They are valued at 3 times their Bitcoin under management. Okay, I'm not a true believer in Bitcoin, I'll admit it. There could be a world where a digital gold makes some sort of sense. I can't know. However, I can tell you, this company makes no sense when you could just buy, if you believe in Bitcoin, just buy Bitcoin. Do not buy Microstrategy. If you want to go deep into the math on why this company is fraudulent, Ponzi, top to bottom, I highly recommend this incredible video by Mark Meldrum. He is a finance professor with a PhD in finance, and he goes into detail of how the math of this does not make sense. I will link the video in the description below. And no matter how many buzzwords and gibberish this guy spouts out, it doesn't make sense. But I want to leave you with one part of it. I want to show you one part of it.
Presents 20 shares. Let's just deal with the 20 shares. Of these 20 shares, it bought 10 units. So each share has a 50% interest in each unit, but they help out the people.
He's basically saying, if you break it down, the people that are buying the debt that they are using to buy Bitcoin are getting a terrible deal. And the only way it works is if somebody after them gets an even worse deal. The only way is if they issue even more debt later to keep the bubble going.
So you have the original shareholders who got a 90% increase in the asset value per share, and you have the money coming in that didn't do very well. But all you have to do is just raise more money, and that will help these out and these out, but they won't do very well. Well, you can just raise more money, and that will help them out, them out, them out, but they won't do very well. Well, you just raise more money, and that'll help them out, them out, them out, them out, but they won't do very well.
Does that remind you of any kind of shape? The top comment on this video, by the way, Michael Saylor videos get 1 million+ views. While I agree with what Dr. Meldrum's proposition is, I am stupid and want to make money in a Ponzi scheme. Fair. You interview him, he just shouts buzzwords.
So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to do this $42 billion and then rinse and repeat and double it and double it and double it and double it. And you're going to say like, well, where does it end? Well, I guess when we've taken 1% of the fixed income market, which is $3 trillion, and when we levered it up, we bought 3 trillion of Bitcoin and we're trading at $10 trillion in market.
Yep, your company's going to be worth $10 trillion. It's going to be fucking 3 apples big for doing nothing, for losing money on software and buying Bitcoin with debt. There was a guy recently, Alex Mashinsky, who was the founder of Celsius, who in an interview was pressed on the fact that he kept promising some kind of mythical Bitcoin yield. Even though Bitcoin is a non-productive asset, it would somehow produce returns that weren't Ponzi-like.
Bitcoin pays dividend. Try Celsius.
How does Bitcoin pay a dividend? How does Bitcoin pay a dividend?
Because we earn yield.
How do you earn yield on Bitcoin? What do you do to generate income on that Bitcoin?
I'm happy to spend an hour with you.
Yeah, you're trading it. You got to be taking a tremendous amount of risk. The Bitcoin itself doesn't generate any yield.
It does, just like any other asset can generate yield. Gold.
No, but what earnings does the Bitcoin generate?
Everyone called this guy an idiot. They say, you don't get it. Have fun staying poor. This is Peter Schiff. Well, it turns out he was right. Alex Mashinsky pled guilty to fraud. But I'm sure Michael Saylor, when he continually promises Bitcoin yield of 63.3%, is fine. This guy's a genius. This guy's gonna go, these guys changed the paradigm. It's different this time. There is a whole generation of investors that now routinely assume exponential returns for all popular asset prices. All reward, minimal risk. We'll see. This is the theme of my presentation today. We'll see. I can't convince some of you. At the end of the day, you wanna say have fun staying poor to me, and I wanna say, bro, you gotta watch out. At the end of the day, we're at an impasse. I just want to point out that some of this stuff is stupid. That we are nearing this part of the bubble, okay? This is the iconic bubble chart that has happened again and again and again throughout history. In all of the many examples we've talked about, people have fallen for the same thing. They see their friends getting rich on something and they have to get in, and it keeps piling up and up and up and up and up, and everyone thinks it's a new paradigm, and then it crashes. And if you don't believe me, if you think we can get stupider, you might be right. But if you think this is smart, if you think this all makes sense, that I don't get, that I'm just a fogey and things have changed, I got a tulip to sell you. Thanks for watching Marketing Monday.